Okay, I'm back with another do-it-yourself project. Want to change my H7 bulb, which is my daytime running and extra high beam lamp on my BMW 645 Ci. Alright, it's pretty much the same for all models of the 6 Series. Okay, the harder way, or the easier way, which is actually the longer way, is to disassemble your bumper, your side panel, and then pull the whole assembly out and change everything. The quicker way, which is actually the harder way, is actually to come into this little notch right here, this little nook, whatever you have it, whatever you call it. This is the cap that houses the bulb. Depress this latch, take the cap out. Before you do all that, you have to take the hood cables and strap them back out of your way. Alright, it's a very tight spot. It's hard if you have big hands. You have to get little baby hands to get in here. Here, let me show you exactly what you'll be looking at. See if I can position this mirror. Okay, with the mirror in position, you can see what the bulb looks like. It's basically that black piece with the 2 wires. What you want to do is just give it a nice little tug and it would snap out. Alright, so I'm going to go in and do the do. Okay, as you can see, I got the bulb free. Again, a mirror is a very handy tool. You can pick up one of these at Walmart, AutoZone, Advanced Auto, R&S Strauss, your favorite auto parts store. But without this, I would have never figured it out. Okay, next. They don't give you too much play to pull the bulb out, but what you need to do is hold the black item with one hand and release the bulb by pulling away from the black item with the other hand. Make sure you have a good pair of gloves on. It's a halogen bulb. You don't want to touch it with your bare fingers. Alright, now I'll pull it out. Also, before you do that, take note. The black harness has numbers on it, which coincides with the notch up top. This is the top notch, so just keep that in mind when you go to replace the bulb. Alright, as we can see, here's a better picture. The notch coincides with the numbers. Alright, let me release the bulb. I'm doing this with one hand, or actually I'm trying to hold the camera and film, so I'll have to put the camera down now and I'll release the bulb. Okay, as you can see, I released the bulb and trying my best not to touch the actual bulb. You always hold by the aluminum or the metal part, not by the glass. Okay, now since this is actually a new bulb, I went through trial and error to get it out. I'm going to replace the bulb to show you, and we'll just do the exact opposite. But again, I'll have to put the camera down. Okay, the bulb has been replaced. Once again, I made sure my top notch coincides with the markings on the harness, and I'll go to replace it. Basically, replacing it is easy as finding your way back into the fixture. You grab it with one hand. Make sure guide your bulb through from the front. Making sure that your harness is in the right position with the notch at the top. Again, it's a hard deal because I'm doing this with one hand. So actually, in order not to break anything, I'm going to put the camera down, because if you break anything on the actual headlight assembly, you'll be paying a grip to replace it. Okay, Pretty much got it in the right spot, and I just give it a little push, snaps in place, and my headlight is replaced. Last thing to do is take your cap. You can see your cap has 2 guide notches, and you have the 2 notches at the bottom. Always try to do this with 2 hands, because if you drop the cap, it's going to be a lot of time trying to fish it out of this tight spot, especially again if you have big hands such as I do. Okay, now it's back, and next thing to do is just turn on my lights and make sure that it works. Okay, as you can see, my lights work. To the left, the yellow bulb is the one that we just replaced. That's your daytime running lights and your extra high beam light. Okay, of course on the right side of the screen is the xenon, and you also have high beams there also. Alright, until the next project, which will be replacing the halo or angel eye ring bulbs, which is even more of a project. Alright, until next time.